Back to the tram station. March here to Looking Glass. What is an auto launch? Is it as bad as it sounds? Will Alice lift off right underneath our noses? And wait. This is Looking Glass. Somebody, we think a Charlie Mike or Civvy, logged into the main computers inside Mission Control and initiated a computer-controlled automatic launch sequence. If the countdown proceeds as it's supposed to, Alice will lift off automatically in 30 minutes or so. This is actually what we intend to do after the tech team arrives. A gentle female voice speaks over the installation PA system. This is Aquila Launch Control. The onboard computers have passed a level 3 systems check. The probe ship navigation, engineering, life support, and pulse drive propulsion systems are operational. Aquila Launch Control will now commence fueling of the twin heavy lift rocket boosters. T-minus 27 minutes and counting. Actually, let's look at our hand grenade. Hand grenade. This is a hand grenade, black in color and quite lethal in appearance. Stenciled lettering on the grenade's matte black paint reads as follows: NSN 46040-3403-AA439, 500 microton yield, 4-minute count. The grenade pin protrudes from top of the evil black egg. You whistle silently. A 500 microton yield is equivalent to half a ton of TNT. An explosion that size would obliterate everything within 100 yards. The radio crackles, Mad Hatter to Looking Glass. This could ruin our whole day. The radio crackles. Looking Glass here. We're going to have to get to Mission Control or Alice before Alice actually lifts off. Use the tram system. It's the only way you're going to make it in time. Well, we're going to have to do something about that, aren't we? Mad Hatter here. Ready to move out. A gentle female voice speaks over the installation PA system. This is Aquila Launch Control. Liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen are now being transferred aboard Probe Ship Booster 1 by automatic fueling system. T-minus 24 minutes and counting. Where's that tram? This is March Hare. My men are ready to go. A computerized voice booms overhead speakers and echoes through the station. Attention please, the tram will arrive at the station in 1 minute. Please stand back from the guideway. Thank you. Finally. Wait. Looking Glass here, the tram station in your sector is under the lab held by Mock Turtle. Mock Turtle reported his objective as secure. Get over there right now. A familiar voice speaks in a more urgent tone. This is Aquila Launch Control. The Aquila Launch countdown has been halted at T-minus 22 minutes. What? Aquila Launch Control detected a fault in the automatic fuel transfer mechanism during the transfer of liquid oxygen to Booster 2. The fuel transfer system has been taken offline. The countdown has been placed on hold until the liquid oxygen level in Booster 2 reaches nominal levels. The Aquila countdown is holding at T-minus 22 minutes. The tram pulls into the station and stops in front of you. Door opens, blah blah blah. Let's get in this door. You enter the tram. March Hare here. I'm worried about the time factor. That tram station under Lab Building 1 is quite a hop over there. You hear an obnoxious two-tone warning, blah blah blah. Let's look at the monitor. So our current location is Mission Control, next stop Launchpad. Oh, that's convenient. This is Looking Glass. We've got them. Our ELINT shows the countdown has halted at 22 minutes. Alice is now low on LOX. Liquid oxygen. It's either that or smoked salmon, but I think it's liquid oxygen. It's taken... Oh, it'll take them at least 10 minutes to fuel up. We got plenty of time. A harsh electronic voice from speakers says, don't move. Okay. So let's wait one turn. And the tram is now hurtling down the track. Mad Hatter, Looking Glass. I'm on my way. ETA, tram station, 15 minutes. Give or take a couple minutes. ETA, Alice, 20 minutes. Give or take a few. Well, let's give him a reason why he can't do that. So let's pull pin. You close your eyes and pull the grenade pin. There is a great deal more resistance than you expected. You give it a firm yank. The pin gives way suddenly, flying out of your hand and landing out of sight with a metallic plink. You now have 4 minutes before the grenade detonates with the force equivalent to half a ton of TNT. The radio crackles. March here to Looking Glass. I'm moving out now. I'm headed for the tram station. I can't call my ETA with any degree of certainty. Say between 15 and 30 minutes. The tram begins decelerating. Okay, well, let's drop the grenade. You drop the hand grenade. The radio crackles. Mad Hatter to March Hare. Have you heard from Mock Turtle? The familiar female voice intones, "This is Aquila launch control. The Aquila launch countdown is holding at T-minus 22 minutes. The liquid oxygen levels in Booster 2 remain below operational limits. The tram loses speed as it pulls into the next station. The door in the sides opens with a soft hiss as soon as it comes to a stop. You have 3 minutes until the grenade goes off." So let's go south. You exit the tram. This one. 3 tram stations located in Romeo Delta Base. Directly from you to the north is the maglev guideway for the tram. A red sign with an arrow pointing up identifies the station as Launchpad. Yes. The exit to the Launchpad is south. The radio crackles. March Hare to Mad Hatter. Negative on Mock Turtle. You hear an obnoxious 2-tone warning, and I have 2 minutes until the grenade goes off. So let's walk away from this tram here. You navigate through a, oh dear lord, Brobdingian forest of gigantic gantry structures until you locate the correct launch pad. You find it by the sign attached to the huge structural girder, Pad T3. You look up and up and up. The gantry and the launch vehicle tower above you, a collection of awkward, spidery girders rising alongside a sleek spacecraft. You take a moment to admire the Aquila's probe ship, a graceful delta-winged bird sitting atop 2 powerful boosters. After a moment of contemplation, you enter a door at the base of the gantry structure, and find yourself in a mechanical room underneath the main engine of the Aquila launch vehicle. Mechanical room. This is a mechanical room used for troubleshooting and backup manual control of the probe ship launch systems. The room is dominated by the components of the fuel transfer system, which include 3 heavy pipes, color-coded red, yellow, and blue. Convenient for text adventures. And a complex console used for fault isolation and problem resolution. An elevator is set into the wall to the west. The elevator doors are open. Above the elevator doors is an arrow pointing up and stenciled words, "To ship." You see a console, a yellow pipe, a red pipe, and a blue pipe here. The radio crackles. What the hell happened to him? Hello, Mock Turtle. You have 1 minute until the grenade goes off. Okay, let's look at what we have here. So, all blue coverall, blue pipe, blue sensor, ceiling light, console, elevator doors, gas mask, lever, me! Mechanical room, radio, radio button, radio dial, red pipe, red sensor, slip of paper, system controls, tuning fork, white badge, yellow pipe, and yellow sensor. So let's look at the controls. Look at controls. You look at the screen on the fuel system console. Pad Tango 3, fuel transfer system troubleshooting. Press any key for options. Fueling status. So booster 1, tank 1, liquid hydrogen full. Booster 1, tank 2, liquid hydrogen full. Booster 2, tank 1, liquid hydrogen full. Booster 2, tank 2, liquid oxygen empty. Fuel transfer system was taken offline after a fault was detected during the fueling of Aquila Booster 2 Tank 2. A diagnostic should be run to determine the nature of the fault. Okay, diagnostic. Fault location, control system in mechanical room. Well, geez. Nature fault, flow sensor failure. LOX fuel transfer subsystem. Detect sensor failed during LOX fueling procedure. Possible consequences, fuel overpressure, pipe rupture, vehicle damage, explosion hazard, fault criticality level 1. Recommended action. Background, dynamic flow sensors are attached to the exterior of the fuel transfer pipes in Pad Tango mechanical room. These sensors monitor the pressure, temperature, and rate of flow for the liquids inside the fuel pipes. This information is used by the automatic fuel transfer system to control the fueling process. Because of extreme fuel pressures and temperatures, the sensors are external. They operate by monitoring particle reflection from an emitted beam. See Tech Manual IFS 392. The sensors are compact modular units. They can be easily removed, transported, and replaced once the electromechanical locks are released. Repair. The malfunctioning flow sensor on the LOX transfer subsystem is color-coded with blue stripe. It should be removed and replaced with a new model 4220 flow sensor procured from Base Logistics. Estimated repair time with component on hand 3 minutes. Level of expertise required minimum. The electromechanical locks holding all fuel flow sensors in place were released when the system fault was detected. Work can proceed immediately. Okay. Well, I don't have another one, but there are other sensors on the other pipes. Maybe we can just, switch one. This is Mock Hare. We're going to have to assume the Charlie Mike or Civvy that kicked off the auto launch got Mock Turtle. This means this radio frequency is compromised. You hear a distant rumble as the grenade detonates far below. Your score has just gone up by 15. Ah, the tram is gone. Oops. Okay, so let's see. Take blue sensor. You detach the blue fuel flow sensor unit from the blue pipe. The radio crackles. Looking glass here. All units listen up. Those with multiple frequency radios, go to Frequency Hotel on my mark. Mad Hatter and March Hare, you have crippled field radios. You will maintain radio silence until you have reached Alice. I will give you instructions on how to kill the auto lock process at that point. Or the auto launch process at that point. Looking glass out, Mark. This is kill launch control. It's still stuck. I get it. Okay, so let's see. Turn radio dial. Dale. For fuck's sake. Turn radio dial. Huh? Try setting dial to a number. Example, set radio dial to 1. The radio crackles, hey Charlie Mike, or are you a civvy? You listening on our radio? If you are, listen closely. You're a dead man. We'll be seeing you real soon now. Turn radio dial to, let's see, hotel. So that's ACDGH 8. Look at radio dial. Oh, really? There's off frequency 1 and frequency 2? Well, fine. Okay, sorry. Above the gray dial are the words field use, crippled frequency selection. The dial itself has 3 settings. 0, identified as off, 1, frequency 1, and 2, frequency 2. The dial is currently set to 1. Turn dial to 2. You turn the gray dial radio to 2. There's a pop static. Radio crackles. Markham to base. It started. Gate 1 was just taken out. I can see heavy smoke to the north. Familiar voice. Intones. This is Aquila launch control. The Aquila launch countdown is holding it. Blah blah blah. Okay, take yellow sensor. Okay. Radio crackles. All units. This is base. We must hold this installation. There is a ship inside the launch complex on Pad Tango 3. That is of vital importance. We believe this ship will be the objective of the enemy strike. Oh, so 2 is actually the defensive frequency, so I can't switch to Frequency Hotel. I see. Yeah, because I do have a crippled radio. Well, that sucks. Put yellow sensor on blue pipe. You attach the yellow fuel flow sensor to the blue pipe. Your score has just gone up by 10. Haha, that sounds like it's good. All stations, base. Clear the net of chatter. Use your assigned frequencies. I want section leaders at Markham, Lucas, and Salinas on the push. Everyone else, get off now. Actually, I wonder. Push radio button. You cause a ruckus among the CMF troops, but they eventually dismiss you as a hoax. The radio crackles. Base Markham. We have multiple sightings of RPVs. Looks like a second wave. Base Salinas. Confirmed several additional RPVs from all points. Base Lucas. We've seen the little bastards as well. Look at controls. The following text is flashing on the fuel system screen. Fuel system online. All system repair modifications must wait until current launch operation is complete. Radio crackles. All units base. It's imperative that we keep the intruders away from Pad Tango 3. We believe the launch vehicle on pad 10-3 is the target of the enemy assault. This is Aquila launch control. The countdown is holding at T-minus 22. The liquid oxygen and booster 2 remain below operational limits. Okay. Put blue sensor on yellow pipe. Fuel system is operational again. Oh, okay. The fuel system is operational again, and the electromechanical lock on the pipe must have activated. You can't remove or replace any sensors. Baseline is what the hell is on pad Tango 3. We'll look at control. Following text is flashing on the fuel screen. Fuel system's offline. System repair modification must wait until the current launch operation is complete. I guess it's ready then. Let's turn the dial back in case this sec says anything else. Turn dial to 1. Turn the dial to 1. There's a pop-up. Leader isn't going to be happy. I suppose they figured out that the tram is busted. Well, darn. I would have liked to have been there when they found that out. Oh well, west. You set the blue fuel sensor down before leaving the mechanical room. It's much too heavy to be carrying around. You enter the elevator. It senses your presence, and the doors hiss shut, sealing off the outside world for a moment. A few seconds later, the elevator begins moving up. Your heart sinks into your stomach, and your ears pop as the elevator accelerates. The ride lasts only for a few moments. Then the elevator stops and the doors open. You step out onto the gantry platform. Gantry platform. You are standing on the platform that is 250 meters above the ground. Ooh, vertigo. Directly in front of you, to the south, is a smooth side of the probe ship. On either side of the probe ship, you can see the Romeo Delta II installation spread out to the horizon. A thin ribbon of concrete catches your eye. It's the tram guideway. Far below you, to the southwest. The radio crackles. Looking glass to all units. The code is Bravo Oscar. I repeat, the code is Bravo Oscar. We're pulling out. Follow the plan and keep it orderly. Female voice and tones. This is Aquila launch control. The Aquila launch countdown is holding at T-minus 22 minutes. The liquid oxygen is remain below operational limits. But it said it was working. Okay, let's go back down. Let's just look at it. Look at the Griffin leader. Blow Alice off the face of the Earth. I repeat, take out the damn rocket. In fact, blow the rest of your ordnance at the launch complex. Go for maximum effect. Oh crap. At least we can do some damage here. Look at blue sensor. Blue sensor. Blue sensor unit is 10 box. Oh, sensor currently is 999.99. Griffin leader, we're on our way. We'll rock and roll. Oh, look at yellow sensor. The yellow fuel box sensor. Lettering identifies the unit as a Teradyne model 4220 dynamic flow sensor. The flow sensor attached to the blue pipe. The sensor is currently reading 201.53. March here, moving out. There's like a big button on the. Oh, there's a lever there. Use pull lever. Pull lever. You pull the lever to the online position. Ah! A few moments later, you hear the throbbing of fuel pumps as they draw liquid oxygen from huge underground storage tanks and force it into the probe ship booster. The fueling procedure is completed after several seconds. Your score has gone up by 25. A gentle female voice speaks over the installation PA system. This is Aquila launch control. The Aquila launch countdown has been restarted at T-minus 22 minutes. All systems are now nominal at T-minus 22 minutes and counting. Okay, let's go up. Aquila launch control. Fueling of booster 1 was completed successfully. Fueling of booster 2 is now underway. Liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen are being pumped aboard probe ship booster 2 by the automatic fueling system. T-minus 21 minutes and counting. South. Alright, climb inside the probe ship. You're in the aft section of the probe ship. A Spartan metal cabin dominated by cryogenic suspension capsule bolted to the far wall. Across from the capsule is the hull door, through which you entered the ship. Mounted on the wall next to the door is a small sign and a red button. Above the cryosleep capsule is a medikit cabinet. Rungs embedded to the side of the ship lead up to the flight deck. You know what? We'll worry about what else is in the ship later. Let's go up. Flight deck. This is the probe ship flight deck. It looks more like the cockpit of a sophisticated airplane than a spacecraft, with 2 contoured seats facing a series of consoles covered with dials, switches, indicators, lights, and controls of every description. You can see out the front of the ship through the thick crystal viewports. Above the viewports is the bank of monitors. To the rear of the ship, east or down, is the cabin. Ooh, a crystal thing. Let's try out our fork. No, let's not. Sit. You are now on the command chair. Wait. A female voice speaks over the ship's intercom system. This is a launch control. Fueling of Booster 2 has been completed successfully. Course data is now being uploaded to the probe ship navigation computers. T-minus 17 minutes and counting. Nice. Wait. The probe ship auto-nav systems are standing by. T-minus 15 and counting. Wait. All gantry access arms except for crew access arm are now retracting from the probe ship. T-minus 13 and counting. This is Quill launch control. Warning, all personnel must be clear of Tango 3 blast gates. All crew must be on board. The crew access arm will be retracting in 5 minutes. T-minus 10 and counting. Wait. APUs on the probe ship booster engines are now spinning up. Probe ship booster engines start in 7 minutes. T-minus 9 minutes and counting. Onboard systems have confirmed APU startup. Auto launch control is now transferring launch control to the onboard computer system. The ship is now committed for launch. T-minus 8 and counting. This is a Quill launch control. Launch control has been transferred to the onboard computers. T-minus 7 and counting. This is a Quill launch control. Probe ship power umbilicals have been released. The probe ship is now on internal power. T-minus 6 and counting. This is a Quill launch control. Warning, all probe ship crew must now be on board and acceleration couches on the flight deck. The probe ship hull door is being sealed and the crew access arm is being retracted. T-minus 5 and counting. The probe ship door slides shut automatically. You know what? Let's turn the dial again because no one seems to be talking. Let's see what happens when we get to plus 5 minutes. Wait. This is a Quill launch control. The gantry supports have been withdrawn from the base launch vehicle. T-minus 4 and counting. A harsh digitalized voice comes over the speakers of the ship's intercom system. Acceleration warning. All crew must be seated in flight deck acceleration couches. Liftoff is imminent. This is a Quill launch control. All probe ship systems nominal. T-minus 3 and counting. Auto launch system confirms booster engine start. T-minus 2 and counting. And lift. Auto launch confirms successful liftoff of Aquila. T-minus 1 and counting. Oh, well, I guess he didn't have anything to say. You hear and feel the dull thunder as the power rocket engine below you throttle up. The ship trembles for a moment as the booster engines build thrust, and then the ship starts moving. Rises from pad Tango 3, slowly at first, then picking up speed. As the ship accelerates, a giant hand begins pressing you into your seat. Pressure builds as the ship's rate of acceleration increases. Soon, the skin on your face is being forced back over your bones as you're subjected to the equivalent of 7 gravities. The brutal punishment continues for what seems like an eternity. You are barely conscious. When the ship's computer announces booster separation, the rocket engine stops and there are 2 thumps as the boosters are kicked away from this probe ship by explosive charges. Your weight vanishes. I'm in space. Space. You breathe a sigh of relief and gaze outside the heavy crystal viewports in the front of the ship. The view is breathtaking. The probe ship is angling across the magnificent blue curve of the Earth. You can see the rich blue of oceans, the ochre of deserts, the fractal bumps of mountain ranges, and the puffy white of cumulus clouds. Clouds, clouds. There is a brief hiatus while the probe ship auto-nav systems compute the course to the artifact and the fusion pulse drive engines warm up. Then, the fusion torch ignites and the acceleration is back, this time at a manageable 1G. The probe ship makes one more orbit around the blue crescent of Earth, gaining altitude and preparing to head out into far reaches of the solar system. You rise from your seat and head back into the cabin. You flush the gas mask out of the ship, put the radio in the cabin above the cryo capsule, take some time to relax after your ordeal at Romeo Delta 2. Then you contact Gateway Corporation. Tell them of your intention to complete the ambassador mission and prepare the cryo capsule for use. There's nothing left to do but enter the cryo sleep capsule for your 4-month trip to the artifact. Well, that didn't turn out the way we planned it. We're supposed to be retired. You climb into the cold, high-tech coffin and drip off into an uneasy slumber. The slumber turns into a deep trance of cryosleep, a state that is one small step above death, but one giant leap for mankind. While you sleep, the probe ship rides a radiant blue plume of starfire. The methodical mind of the autonav system controls the ship's course as it speeds away from Earth and towards the mystery waiting for you outside the orbit of Pluto. Zoom! You wake from the deep, dreamless cryo sleep trance with the annoying chirp of the proximity alert in your ear. After pulling yourself out of the cryo sleep capsule, you head for the flight deck. When you get to the flight deck, you shut down the alert and take stock of the situation. The probe ship is hanging in the majestic black void of deep space. According to your instruments, the ship has been decelerating for the last few days and has killed most of its motion relative to Earth. You are 3,000 astronomical units, 446 billion kilometers away from Earth. The space around you is empty, except for the object that triggered the proximity detector. It is dead ahead, a few hundred kilometers away. You ask the probe ship's computer about the target. The answer makes you shiver. The object is 6 kilometers long and half a kilometer across at its widest point. It has a mass of more than 3 million tons. Its shape is too rectangular for it to be a natural object. This thing is artificial, an artifact of some kind. The corporation was right. Over the next few minutes, your ship approaches the artifact, using the Hydrox maneuvering thrusters. The object comes into view first as a long, dark sliver. Details begin to appear as you get closer. The thing is not only artificial, it's a starship. It's not a moon, folks. A starship as big as Gateway itself. The probe ship closes on the huge alien ship, preparing for a flyby at close range. Hoo-wee. Yeah, not really much to commentate about. Most of it's just reading all this text. Yeah, playing this game by yourself probably is not nearly as long as, me having to read it all out loud. Everyone reads faster in their heads than they do reading out loud. It's kind of weird how that works. Before you can finish gawking at the mind-blowing starship, a lance of blue energy spears out from the aft section of the alien vessel, connects with the probe ship, and your ship systems fail instantly. Screens go dark, instruments freeze. Protective filters over the flight deck windows activate automatically, blocking your view outside. Blue arcs of electricity play over the control consoles, frying the electronics. There is a moment of silence, and then you're thrown backward by a violent jerk. Hey, jerk, don't throw me. The probe ship is being pulled toward the alien behemoth. You feel more than hear a subsonic rumble, which escalates until it becomes a bone-jarring vibration that shakes every corner of the probe ship. You sit in darkness, eerie blue light playing over the view screen, your guts resonating to the terrible low-frequency reverberation as your craft is reeled in by the giant alien ship. Eventually, the vibration stops. There's a series of gentle bumps, and then the backups for the power systems kick in. You scan the instruments. The news isn't good. Maneuvering thrusters are down. So are the pulse drive engines and the navigation systems. The lightband communication systems detect no carriers. Life support is failing. The filters for the window seem to be stuck on, and you can't look at what's happening outside. Even though you can't see out, you have a feeling you know where you are. With a growing sense of dread, you look at the consoles. The few working instruments confirm your suspicion. The first clue there is a breathable atmosphere outside. The second clue, the proximity detector can no longer tell the difference between the mass of your ship and that of the alien starship. You're inside the alien vessel. Part 2. The Artifact. And I think we will stop there. So let's save. We'll be in LP2. And on that note, folks, have yourselves a wonderful day. Ta-ta. I'm playing a game!